Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
The 2025 Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black. That's late September. U.S. led by Captain Keegan Bradley. We're trying to take back the cup won by Luke Donald's Europeans in Rome. Speaking of Luke Donald's squad, the European captain gets a second go. Rory McIlroy already a lock, and the top 6 here qualify after the Betfred British Masters next month, and Donald will have 6 captain's picks. And for the United States, world number 1 Scottie Scheffler is locked in already. Top 6 qualify automatically following the BMW Championship next month. And Keegan will also make 6 captain's picks. This week at the Wyndham Championship, there are several players who are trying to earn a spot on their respective teams. And we say hello to Todd Lewis with more.
Yeah, Damon, no doubt about it. The FedEx Cup playoffs for most of the players in the field is what is priority. But for some, making a late charge to be on the Ryder Cup teams, whether it's European team or the U.S. team, that's a focal point too. Yes, there are some Europeans in the field hoping to make the European team, including the Højgaard twins. Robert McIntyre's in the field as well. But the captain, Luke Donald, is not in the field. Meanwhile, on the American side, their captain, Keegan Bradley, is in the field. As a matter of fact, he's the highest player in the field here at the Wyndham Championship, currently 10th in the FedEx Cup standings. And yes, he wants to evaluate the talent here at the Wyndham Championship and possible team members, but he's also thinking about possibly being on the team as a playing captain. I caught up with Keegan today and I asked him, what is his major motivation in playing the Wyndham Championship this week?
I want to finish in the top 10. Comcast Rewards is a season-long achievement, and got to play to make sure I do that. So another chance to get some points as well, and be a little sharper going into Memphis.
You have talked about it. You've been open about it. You've been candid about possibly being a playing captain. How much is that motivating you over the next few weeks as well?
Yeah, it certainly is. It doesn't change the fact that, you know, if I wasn't the captain, that's what I would want to do. But I'm focused on being a captain right now, and you know, I want to play on the team, but like we'll see. I'm just another player that's got a chance to make the team. If I'm not in the top 6, then you know, no, you shouldn't expect to be on the team.
How many conversations, or have there been any conversations between you and your vice captains about the real possibility of you being a playing captain?
Yeah, we've talked about it. We've talked about it, you know, for about a year now, in case this could happen. So we have I have a lot of great vice captains. I'm most proud of the guys that I've chosen for this role. They've all really stepped up in their own individual way to make our team better. And whether I play or not, these guys are going to be great for us.
You're playing with a couple of guys that could be on your team, and Andrew Novak and Ben Griffin. I know you've got some other guys that are on your radar. What do you hope to see from players that are going to make your team over the next few weeks?
Well, this is going to be one of my first times with Ben, so I'm excited to play with him, play with Andrew one other time. But this is a great opportunity for me to see who they are on the golf course. You know, but 1 round, 2 rounds isn't going to determine whether they make their team or not, but it's important for me to see these guys, see them in their element. But, you know, we're looking at a resume here, not just 2 rounds of Wyndham.
Now, as of now, Keegan Bradley and his vice captains don't have a formal plan put together in regards to having Keegan as a playing captain. But as you heard him say, there have been discussions about that real possibility. So he's got some decisions to make over the next few weeks. And one of them, is he going to place himself on that team as a captain's pick, or maybe he'll automatically qualify? He also has to make some decisions in regards to his 6 captain's picks as who will be on that team. And you heard him talking about a couple of guys he's going to play with, and Andrew Novak and Ben Griffin. But there are also some veterans here in the field at the Wyndham Championship that have Ryder Cup experience. They are still kind of on Keegan's radar, and they want to make a big impression over the next few weeks as well.
I think that's something that's a perk of accomplishing the other goals that I'm trying to over the next few weeks. I mean, if I'm able to get on a good run and contend and have a few high finishes, maybe get a win or so, you know, I make a good case. But I'm on the outside looking in, and it was going to be a tall task off of my season hurt last year and starting late this year. It was just going to be a lot to ask with, you know, majors being a huge part of my opportunities to make the team, just the majors this year. So having said that, you know, experience does help, and I've got, maybe some guys in my corner if I start to show that good things are coming. But you got some guys that were the outside looking in that have already worked their way in the top 12 that make the American side look really strong and really difficult to make this late in the season. So like I said, if I'm making a run through Eastlake and making a run there, then I feel good about whatever happens. And if I'm able to play on that team, that was my loftiest goal at the beginning of the season, was to try to make that team. But obviously, it was, like I said, it was a tall task, and I'm happy to be playing healthy, and now it's time to execute.
I would say I'm definitely outside of consideration right now. There's still time to try and plead my case, but going back to executing, I need to go play some good golf, and I need a really good stretch these next few weeks. The team will be fine with or without me, but I haven't quite done much of anything to say I should be there. But it would be fun to go on a little run and see if that maybe sparks anyone's interest. But if we can't, hey, it's part of it. You don't make all of them, but they're fun to be a part of, and we'll see if we can get ourselves a shot at it.
If the Ryder Cup was today, I'd tell Keegan, make sure you don't pick me, But it's not done. The decision's not made today. Why not, make a run in the playoffs? And that's the goal, the ultimate goal. But at the moment, one foot in front of the other, as the cliche goes, one shot at a time, and that's all I can do over the next few weeks is try to play as good a golf as I can, and we'll see where the chips fall.
I haven't played as well as I would have liked the last 2-3 months. So, I've had some injuries, little stuff, and just haven't been myself. I feel like I haven't hit the ball as well as I would like. So I kind of wasted my opportunities with some majors and kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit with that. So I've got 4 more events to earn my spot. I would say if I'm looking at it today, I don't think I've done enough. So. This is 4 more opportunities to go show what I got.
I think every, at least American golfer, dreams of being on the Ryder Cup team representing the United States. Even as a kid, just growing up watching all those team events. I President's Cup and the Ryder Cup. They're very meaningful. It's an honor to be on those teams. It means you're one of the best players really in the whole world. And so, I think I just got to continue to do the right things. I can't get too caught up in what exactly all of it means. But I am paired with Keegan. We just got our tee times paired with Keegan and Andrew Novak this week. So hopefully we'll get a lot of good talks in, and hopefully all of us will play pretty well. I think all of us are kind of on that bubble of trying to at least get in that top 6 and lock up our spots. So it's going to be really competitive this week. I think that's just the best way to do it. Continue to grind against each other, play really well, and see who can get those automatic bids.
There are several variables that Keegan Bradley and his assistant captains are considering in regards to players that will be on his team. One of them, form. How is a player executing heading into the Ryder Cup? Does that player's game fit Bethpage Black? And maybe most importantly, how does that player fit in regards to the team culture? Don't count out experience, by the way. I want to take you back to 2 years ago. Justin Thomas came to the Wyndham Championship trying to make it to the FedEx Cup playoffs. He did not get into the FedEx Cup playoffs, but was still a captain's pick to make it to on the U.S. team that flew over to Rome. So we shall see, Damon, over the next few weeks in regards to how this team develops for Keegan Bradley.
Yeah, lots to weigh. Busy time of year, fun time of year. Thank you so much,